If you know ball, you really know this shot right here. Nothing better than a Kyle Korver heat check. And even if you don't know ball, you know this shot. The ultimate heat check to seal up the gold medal from Steph Curry. But if you go and look at the stats from those Olympics, you can see Steph didn't really show up until the semifinals and the finals. Before these last two games, he was only 5 for 20. He was having a bad Olympics. So part of what makes Steph Steph is his ability to show up in the big moments. But he's failed in big moments as well. Don't forget that behind the back pass, terrible turnover he had to Clay in the finals. But those moments led to this night celebration. That led to him to be ready for this moment. He had to fail. He had to go through those experiences to learn and to be ready and to deliver one of the best heat checks in basketball history. Which brings me to the focus of today's video, Maayan Cohen, shooting guard for the under 20 Israeli national team. And she got absolute buckets in the semifinal against Belgium. 7 for 8 in the first half, absolutely blew the game wide open. But that's not the only thing that makes her a good player. Defensively, she was all over the place. Let's dive into it. Now, before we go on, my name is Mike. I am the director of player development for SAVI Basketball. I'm a huge proponent of using film to teach the game. Use the game to teach the game. Now, I know I used Kyle Korver and Steph to start this video because they're amazing shooters. They are so fun to watch, but they are also, especially Steph, so stratospherically above any other shooter on the planet that it's almost too good of an example to watch. That's why I believe it's more worthwhile for younger players to watch other young players and see what they do on the floor to be successful and also see the mistakes they make because that is part of the game too. And don't think that basketball is this perfect game and if you miss two shots, oh, it's all over. No, the game is going to keep moving. The game is going to keep playing. And if you're out there on the floor, you got a chance to make the next shot. Remember, the most important shot is the next one. Let's get into the clips. We are 20 seconds into the game, and Belgium already messed up. They let Maayan get a great look at the basket. Good defense right here, forces the tough step back, and now she is out in transition. And great footwork here to get all her energy going toward the rim. Little semi transition, and this is her third three in the first 3 minutes of the game. Let's go back and watch this clip. So this player right here, number 14, she is Israel's best player, like by far. She is an absolute bucket. Worth watching if you want to be a good guard. But Israel has good guards in general. Like this is a pretty tough Hezi right here. But what I want you to notice is this is mine and look at her defender. They have to respect her so much. This leaves the gap open for the well, and here's great effort on the defensive end. They kind of get mixed up in the rotation, but she's able to wall up, force the miss, and then number 14 again. Watch this left-handed pass across the court. This isn't mine who hits this shot, but that pass is great. Look at that. Not exactly on target. I wouldn't call it a strike, but to go tween and throw that thing on a string across the court with the left hand is tough. I should mention she's also a lefty, but it's better for the clip. But it's not like mine is perfect either. She gets a super easy look right here and just doesn't knock it down. Her feet might be a little bit too narrow on this shot. If she went back and watched the tape, I bet she would notice that too. But that's a pretty clean look, and she just comes up a little short. I want you also to notice the score right here. Israel was up big early because she was hitting shots, and then Belgium came back. And now Mayan's back in the game, and let's see what happens. Some really good defense right here, especially on the switch. Right here on the switch, good contact, way to hold the big as they go to the basket, and then good physicality afterwards to prevent the easy catch, turn, and score, and to battle for the rebound. Here's another transition situation. Maayan isn't going to shoot this one. Her teammate is, but watch the play after. She makes plays like this all the time. Gets a swipe in at the basketball. This actually ends up being an offensive foul. I don't know why, but hey, game keeps moving. If we go back real quick, just watch this. This is subtle. Just makes a play on the ball, forces the big to turn it over. I think Maayan would admit like her handles aren't the best, especially compared to their best player, number 14 right there. but she still makes herself available and punishes the defense every chance she gets. Great footwork on this shot. You can see a nice wide base, so that gives her a little more power, gives her an easy shot. Another rebound right here, and Israel is out. And I don't know how they kept losing her. Like, she's made, what is it, 4 or 5 threes at this point? Like, she's feeling it. And for me, this clip right here, nice move by 14, by the way. This is why it's important to watch players closer to your level. Maayan's going to make the play, get the steal right here. And then Israel's going to come down, look to score, be a scramble situation. Maayan is going to relocate, find the space behind the ball, and drive and just make a silly turnover. But, like, the game keeps moving. You keep playing. Mistakes happen. This is a tough crossover right here. And then Maayan is over in the corner, keeps moving, keeps finding the space, and she just needs an inch, and she's knocking that thing down. Another steal from Maayan. She's out, and watch this. She is going to go get her shot. She is going to go get that thing off. Bang. Ultimate heat check. And look at the score right here. They are up 20. She says 21 points, 7 for 8 from 3. My favorite part about this play is she gets the steal. And then as she's running up the floor, look at her hands. She wants the basketball. She goes over, she gets it, and knocks it down. Last clip from this game, number 14, just got to show off this nasty crossover and takes the foul right there. This was a great half of basketball, and Maayan propelled her team into the finals by making these shots and absolutely breaking the game wide open. But if you look at her performance throughout the tournament, it wasn't always like this. Same with Steph, right? Like, Steph had those first 4 games that were kind of and then he turned it on for the championship. That is the life of a shooter. And I hope if you take anything from this video, it is the fact that Steph had those turnovers, had those misses throughout his career, and that led to the big moment in the finals. And Maayan, too, she had a disappointing performance in the finals. I am sure that is going to fuel her to be an even better player in the future.